Hey, welcome back. It's been a hot minute, as the young people say. We haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been a while. And it's me, Ed, and of course we got in here in the studio, of course, is Shaun. How's it going, Shaun? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Everything was going well, but then this terrible odor just came in. What on earth is that stink? And I looked down, and the big brother's got no shoes on, and he's been out. Its foot odor is stinky. I'm telling you. Stinky, okay? Good thing it's not smeller pod or whatever, but praise God.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm over here and not over there, right, with you. It's better.
Obviously, my nasal areas are being healed because they've been...
You can smell it.
Yeah, so...
Well, you've been pretty crook, Shaun.
I was pretty crook, but I checked myself 3 times for COVID, and I was cleared, so it must have just been like an influenza, really bad, hit me up, so I'm a bit croaky.
Yeah.
But no, we had a bit of a big thing here at the church, so we had several of our staff all out with COVID. Yeah. That's why, regrettably, I cancelled the prayer meeting and that on Tuesday, etc. Not because I lack faith, but because we have Pastor Josh Barclay from USA preaching with us on Sunday.
Yes, we do.
And I wanted to make sure that I had this, what do you call it? Just a gap area. But Pastor Danny is really, really crook.
Yeah, as well as Melissa as well.
Melissa is not as bad as Danny, and Sarah is well and truly on recovery. They got it from the market. They went to the market. It was not me, okay? It was not me because I didn't have COVID. And so I'm now sick. So we had to really work on quarantine to make sure it didn't spread. I didn't know how many of the staff really got affected. Yeah. So I had to really quarantine it down. But, we pray for Sarah. We pray for Melissa. We pray for Pastor Danny in particular for his healing and that area. He sent me a message this morning, and the 2 black lines were still really, really bad.
Ooh.
Yeah. So just God heal you and touch you. So, Pastor Danny's online. So we love you, Pastor Danny, and we speak healing over you, my friend. So I miss not seeing you around. And, of course, Josiah's away.
Yes. Why is Josiah away?
Why is Josiah away? There is a baby born.
Oh, my goodness.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Hey,
yes,
I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, do what I want you to do.
There's some photos. Look at that.
What a beautiful family.
Look at that.
So Josiah, Jacinta, Sophia looks like a bit of a fake smile there, but okay. Zion is very happy. Little Noah, so they went home today, I believe. So they're doing well. So it's all good. The kids are at school, so they'll come back for a real great
surprise.
Zion is just so loving on this little fella.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was funny because we had the kids for a couple of nights on after the markets on Sunday. I think Josiah dropped off at 4:30, so we had him on Sunday night and Monday night. We took them out to there we go, to a little
snorkeling
little place down the Gold Coast.
Oh, that's awesome.
I went to this place because originally, now you're going to think I'm bad, I'd said to Josiah and Jacinta, can I take the kids away for like 3-4 nights?
Yeah.
And you know how when a mum gives you that half-raised eyebrow, like, and Josiah just went quiet. They go like, oh, what do you mean? I said, can we just take them away for like 3-4 nights? We might go up north to Cairns. We love Cairns.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that didn't work. All right. So I said to Sandra, okay, because the beautiful Roxy and Gabby took the kids for the first couple of nights, did a wonderful job.
Yes.
And so I said, let's book a place on the Gold Coast. And there's this little place we know down there. They have this, it's a pool. There it is there.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
And it actually has live fish. And so you snorkel with the fish. And that little red thing is a little motorized, I don't know what you call it, water propeller thing.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, they hold on. Yeah,
sounds like a hairdryer, and it just pulls him along in the water. And he was incredible, snorkeling and doing a lot of stuff there. I think we did like 5, 6. We got there on Sunday. We left at 4:30. I think we got down the hotel at 5:30. Yep. We had a quick bite to eat, and at 6 o'clock we were in the pool, as kids want. And that was on that Sunday we got there. Feeding them all the wrong stuff, right?
Classic grandparents.
Fill them up full of sugar. And we were in the pool till 7:30 that night.
Oh, my goodness.
Then the next morning we had breakfast. We were back in the pool at 9 a.m.
Yes.
I think it was around about to 1:30, 2 o'clock before we got out.
Yeah.
Under my feet was so sore because you know, all sand course from the sand and everything else. My feet on that. But we had a wonderful time, and then we did other things in the afternoon and stuff. And then the next morning when we left, because we only there 2 nights, we had breakfast, and at 9 in the morning we're back in the pool again until 11 o'clock. Then we checked out.
Oh my goodness!
Dropped the kids back to mum and dad. But it was a great time. I loved that time. But it's so funny because we took them back, and Josiah was holding baby Noah, and Zion was there, and Josiah was teaching him to pat Noah's butt, pat, pat. And I said, Zion, Poppy was patting your butt last night when you're going to sleep. Zion goes, yeah, but I wanted you to tickle my back, not pat my butt. I said, well, Mama is the one for tickling, so I was patting his butt. So I had 2 queen beds. I slept in one bed with Z, and Sandra slept in the other bed with Sophia. So,
that's good.
Nice. It was very nice time, and they're special moments. Amen. But again, I'm talking as a grandfather, and you're not even married.
Yeah,
so,
it's
just absolutely boring for you. So anyhow, what we're trying to say is, it's like, where's all the guys? And
where is everyone?
Jake is like in isolation because Jake and Chelsea lives with Danny.
Yeah.
And it's not that we don't like Jake, but everyone's kept Jake at an arm's length, I think. You know what I mean? Are you contagious? Do you have leprosy?
Hang on,
you know what I mean? So he's been down in the basement, the youth basement, doing what he was doing the last several days. I give him a call and say, you okay, buddy? Yeah. Where are you? Oh, down in the basement. Okay, stay there.
Stay there.
Yeah, okay. So, no, we love you, Jakey. So, but he's doing good. But, no, it's good. It's been a bit quiet. I was talking to Shane yesterday. He goes, where's all the men? I said, but you saw Ed.
Oh,
no,
Shane.
No, I made that up. That's not true. So, but no, it's all moving positive, and it's all really good. But I am looking forward to this weekend with Pastor Josh Barclay. Yes, so he's flying in, and he's going to speak to us in the morning services. And you have an image of him there?
Yeah, Josh Barclay.
I saw that in America. He was advertising in America.
Oh, awesome.
So that's good. So he's doing the pre-runner for his father, Dr. Mark Barclay. We've had him before a couple of times. And Dr. Mark Barclay contacted me from the US of A saying, would we be open to hosting him doing a rally thing here next year? And so his son comes out and prepares things and looks at the area. So it's good.
Just location scouts.
That's right. They look out to have a talk to the pastor, see how it'll work out. If we're happy, they're happy. So he comes in pretty good. So, so why not? Amen. So I look forward to seeing him. And then that Sunday night, there's a good speaker on that night.
Oh, is it Josiah?
No, he's a great speaker. I said a good speaker.
Danny?
He is a great speaker, but I said at least a good speaker.
Who's good? There's that Shaun guy.
There you go. So he might not be the great, but he's good. So I'm going to speak about be a warrior.
Oh, be a warrior. Very good.
So watch out for the spear coming across your side, okay? So be a warrior. So I'm going to preach on that one on Sunday night. So you're a cheeky monkey. Okay, so it'll be a good time together, which is good. Hey, a lot of things have been happening on the news.
Oh, yes.
Since we were here together, our premier is gone.
Yeah, we have a new premier. Steve
Miles.
Yep.
Do you know what they call him, nickname?
Stevie M?
Giggles.
Because
he always giggles. If you Google him giggling, he was being asked some real hard questions just this week.
Yeah.
And he was asked, but I wish you could get up online. And the news reporter says, Premier, are you concerned about the death of this 70-year-old lady, anything else?
Oh, yes.
And it's going to be a nervous reaction. He starts getting this, he doesn't do it intentional. No, he giggles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, he needs help in that area. But I'm not saying in any way he did it on purpose. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But it must be a nervous reaction under pressure. But he giggles, it comes across. I think most people know how I feel politically.
Oh, Shaun, you're not vocal on this kind of stuff. Maybe you might need to bring clarity on it.
But Labor's got to go. Okay, so they've got to go. And then all of a sudden now that Gabba, the Gabba.
Oh, yes.
That last
$2.7 billion
rebuild is now being scrapped.
Scrapped, yeah.
And now the Olympic Committee in Australia and the Olympics and whatever else is concerned that we've dropped the ball. They don't want another Victoria situation with the Commonwealth Games.
Comm Games, yeah.
I really couldn't care less, to be honest with you. I wonder how many people are really wanting the Olympic Games here.
Yeah, I'm not.
I hear some businesses say that. To be honest with you,
yes,
I could think of better things. Like we have a housing crisis.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Could you imagine if they could turn that 2.5 billion?
Yes.
Even if they kept aside $1 billion for their other infrastructure, like fixing up.
Yes.
and use another 1.5 billion for housing or other infrastructure. I mean, could you imagine just fix up some holes in the roads and streets would be good. Yeah. But I mean, could you imagine the difference it could make? Like how do we splurge? Like we tell homes, do you remember when we're facing a tougher economic time with interest rates and they say, hey, you got to tighten your belt, you got to be conservative in the area. When do we see that happening with our politicians?
Yeah, exactly. When are they taking a pay cut? Huh?
Well, it's not the pay cut because I'm not in that area. Perhaps what you're saying that they shouldn't be paid well. Yeah. Because I think if you spend peanuts, you get monkeys. Yeah. And I think we got too many monkeys. Okay. So I think if we had good money, everything else, there, and get good people in there, or career people, or people who know how to run business. I mean, if you ran business like the government ran itself, we'd be bankrupt. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is that there needs to be something done that reflects our area. And the spending is out of control. The debt in Queensland is out of control. And basic things like, there's so many taxes that we hit on, double taxes, triple taxes. And, there's so much areas we could do to bring relief. Now, I don't think giving a little cash jump there, but dealing with taxes on petrol, well, that's federal government. Yeah. I mean, did you know 50 cents in every dollar in fuel is a tax?
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know that?
Yeah, plus inflation. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I'm saying 50 cents. Yeah. So for me, I don't drink. Yes. So the alcohol thing doesn't affect me, and that goes up twice a year. Yes. I don't smoke. That doesn't affect me. Yeah. I don't vape. That doesn't affect me. Okay, so life is better. Yeah. All right. But the fact of the matter is fuel and groceries and other areas, there's just so many things. And Ed, I go out and I'm into the produce. I'm out in the market area. And I see and what I get it for, I get a buyer's rate. Yes. But I know the big supermarkets get it even cheaper. Yeah, even cheaper, yeah. And I know there's a rort going on. Yeah? There is a rort because the prices that I see out there, we sell our prices. We sell it under, but we sell our prices. We sell it under. And I see what's over there. There is a rort that's going on. I don't care what anybody says. There is a rort that's going on. And it's the average person that's suffering. Did you know for a fact that they did, I'm just giving an example, right? They did this survey of McDonald's from Sunnybank, Mount Gravatt to Woodridge. Yes. On their prices. Yep. Well, the first thing I'd expect that it'd all be the same price. Yeah, all the same. Yeah. But it wasn't. It wasn't? Woodridge McDonald's was more expensive in items than what Sunnybank Mount Gravatt was. What? Now you got to. It's not the what question you got to ask. It's the why. Because the people in the lower social economic areas will spend the money at McDonald's more than the people in Sunnybank. So Sunnybank and the other areas, they say they'll go to a restaurant. Yeah. But the people in the Woodridge or low socioeconomic areas will go to a McDonald's. Yeah. They put the price up.
Dang, that's Big Mac economics, if you want to look into that.
Well, I mean, they did this a basic thing in the area there about what they do. And so, again, it's taking advantage of people. So, to me, the prices should be the same no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Period. Yeah. That if there is going to be a price discrepancy, it should be in the areas like that. Now, I know that a McDonald's meal is not healthy.
Yeah, portion.
And the only thing I ever had from McDonald's in the area there is I have a grilled chicken wrap with no sauce on it. So that's nice. Most people would think that was pretty boring, but that's about it.
No, I actually I get that though. I get that. Yeah. Without with the sauce though.
I do without the sauce, the grilled chicken wrap. Yeah. And every time I order it, I have to wait.
You have to wait.
Yeah, because they never have the grilled chicken.
Oh, yeah.
They have fried chicken.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have to wait. One time I said, forget about it. It was a 20-minute wait. Forget about it. Because nobody orders grilled chicken. It's always fried.
Yeah, fried.
You know what I mean? If I wanted fried chicken, I'd go to KFC. I mean, when did McDonald's become the KFC?
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? So, anyhow. So, how do I get into that subject?
What are we talking about again?
But I'm talking about economics. And the thing is that things are just a bit crazy.
People are hurting, yes.
People, hurting. Like, for example, Tuesday, because we had January off. So Tuesday is the release from the Reserve Bank on interest rates. Yes. So they held. Yes. Okay. But just because they're held doesn't mean it's good. We've had 13 in a row, I think it is, rises. Yeah. Now I'm fortunate because I have a strictness in here. I'm debt free. Yes. Okay. So I paid it all off some years. Well, actually 2020, I paid it all off.
Oh, wow.
And there's only a little bit left. I paid it all off. So I'm debt free. Yes. And it enables me to do more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the Lord and for family and for whatever. Okay. But the fact of the matter is a lot of people are suffering. And let me tell you where they're suffering the most, not with the gradual rises, but those who were held at a low amount for so long and then all of a sudden it went up.
Yeah, it just pops up.
It just went explosive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, here's the situation. We don't know if there will be a decrease or another increase. So no matter what you hear. Because remember the magic number that we need inflation at. Do you remember what the number was? It's between...
is it 5?
No, 2 and 3%.
Oh, 2 and 3. Oh.
So currently it's about 4.4. Okay.
Yeah.
But it needs to be between 2 and 3%. So 2 and 3%, that's it.
Yeah.
Right? So if it goes under 2, that's when they really drop down. When they drop them really down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it needs between 2 and 3. That's the number for inflation, because it's inflation that dictates our interest rates.
Yeah.
All right. So consumer price index is what affects the inflation.
Yes.
So consumer price index is when we import more than we export. So our spending is too high. All right. So the whole problem right now is that area. So the last time we had a interest rate cut, like going back a couple of years, the banks never pass it on.
Yeah.
They absorbed it.
Yep.
So even if there is an interest rate cut, there's no guarantee that the banks will pass any, if not some of it. That's how greedy they are.
Yeah.
That's how greedy they are. So, there's no binding law they have to pass it on.
Yeah.
And that's the whole issue. So I would not be fixing my interest rates right now.
Oh, really?
No, because it could drop. And then you're stuck.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, because you have to hold it for a couple of years, whatever. So I'd be if you're on the free market right now, then you just gotta be variable. That's my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor.
Yes,
and I'm just talking about my opinion.
Yes,
but I would certainly. I tell you what I would be doing. I would certainly be contacting a broker.
Yeah,
and I'd certainly be seeing what they could do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was listening to a program. It's on 2GB with a guy called Ben Fordham. I don't mind listening to him. I don't like the Brisbane program.
They're a bit...
They're silly.
Yeah.
But the Ben Fordham, I kind of like him.
Which is Sydney?
Yeah. I've got an app on my phone. I can listen to it. You know what I mean? And I listen to him.
Yes.
Because I'm up early morning.
You are.
And so I listened to him.
Yes.
And they did this experiment where they asked people to contact all the providers. It was Foxtel, their electricity, their gas, and all the other areas, and insurances and everything else. And I don't know if it was a competition or what. And they said to them, see what you get. Everybody gave discounts when they insisted and pushed through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the banks did it, everything else did it. You don't just go to the first one you call, but ask to speak to superior.
Yeah,
Even Foxtel reduced it.
Oh, wow.
In the areas there because of their thing. I'm not saying anybody is on Foxtel, but just trying to talk about it. Okay. So what came about. But it was a very interesting program, just trying to learn how to manage your funds. But I would be talking to a broker to find out your rate, then go back to your bank before you swap over and said, I can get this rate from blah, blah, blah. You need to do something.
Yeah. That's true.
You need to do something.
Yes.
And don't just sit there on your laurels. You've got to do something. You know, there are people saving from their home loans $700 a month. Yeah. By just doing that market, so a broker. So if you need a broker, I can refer you to a broker.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, we need to do it. Cornerstone, Scott Beatty is a guy I know
I was about to
personally.
Yes.
And you need to do that. You need to be making if you're not doing your house payments weekly, I'm sorry, you're a fool.
Yeah.
Because weekly catches down, not fortnightly, but weekly.
Weekly, yeah.
You need to be doing it weekly. And you should be doing at least try and do in the minimum $20 a week more than your payment. At least. Yeah. And this is the way to eat it down. So this is what you have to do. You've got to do. I know it's tough, and no one is dare saying it's not tough, but we've got to work up the area there. We can't be expecting government or others. We've got to take responsibility ourselves. Yeah. And there are some very simple, proactive things we can be doing to help us in the pressures of life and situations.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. My prediction for next month, it'll just stay flat.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're doing every 2 months now.
Yeah.
But they brought in a new law now to where the Reserve Bank governor, if they make it go up, it's got to come and do a press story as to why. More accountability.
Oh my God! Well, that's good. That's better than nothing, I guess, than him just.
Well, it's a her.
Her, sorry.
She came in.
Yeah.
But she was very cagey, wouldn't make any predictions. And so she shouldn't, because the other person, regrettably, made terrible predictions, which put people into terrible debt. And I was trying to warn people, no, they don't listen. What do you know? Well, you're right. But the sons of Issachar could understand the seasons and the times.
Yes.
That means the Spirit of God.
Yes.
And I tell you, if I prefer to listen to the Word of God, the Spirit of God, than the word of flesh and blood.
True that.
And if they'd listen, we can do things a little bit better and easier. How do I know it works? Hello, I did it.
Yes. Yes.
I did it.
Yeah.
I do it. You know what I mean? So that's the whole idea, and that's why we've got to be careful in the whole situation.
Yeah.
So you were telling me something interesting of an old story of going a bit funny now because it's a bit serious.
Yes.
I suppose. An old story going back last year.
Yes. So
about that silly goggle things.
So last year we covered the Apple Vision Pro. Yes, we covered it.
I was trying to get my friend Brian Potterton to get one of those.
Well, it's not out here in Australia just yet. It's released in America. It's been there for about 3 weeks now. It's been
that all. I thought it'd been there for several months.
No, it's only just released, and it's most likely not going to be in Australia for a couple of months, I'd probably say. The only reason why it's delayed is because you can get your prescription in the lenses on the Apple Vision Pro. It's it's a mixed reality headset. Augmented reality.
Why would I want to get... just if you wear glasses.
If you wear glasses.
The contact lenses is
yeah,
fine.
yeah, and because
Dude, we need a light a candle. Your feet stink.
Oh, dude, it's not...
it is you.
Sean, he's just saying that now.
No, I'm not saying it.
Okay, all
Put
right.
the camera on your feet.
No, put the camera on my feet.
Yeah.
I can't, it's fixed.
Yeah, well, there you go.
All right, well, I'll put my shoes on in a sec. So I prepared a video of people using the Apple Vision Pro. And let's just say they've been doing stuff that isn't very, you know, when they say you shouldn't walk around or drive your car with your smartphone out? Well, let's say people have been starting to do this, and it's been very worrisome. So check this out. This is a montage of people using the Apple Vision Pro.
He's in the gym?
He's in the gym, yeah. Working out. Check that out.
So is he watching a video or?
He could be watching a video. He could be reading emails.
Look at this guy on the...
walking the street.
He looks like one of those minions. You know that minion thing?
Yeah, banana.
What's he doing?
He's walking the street. I don't know what he's doing.
I was like.
He's just. And then, okay, this is Casey Neistat. He's on a booster board with the Apple Vision Pro.
Who, sorry?
Casey Neistat. He's in New York.
What's that mean, Casey Neistat?
It's just a YouTuber. Okay, this is crazy. So this guy is using his augmented reality headset while in a Tesla that's on autopilot. So the car's driving itself, and he's got the headset on.
Isn't that illegal?
You think so? Well, he gets chased by the cops.
Are there.
Yeah, cops show up.
Oh, that's good. Somebody must have complained.
Oh, they had to. And I think this next clip, this is another example of... so this is the new Tesla Cybertruck, and of course, someone's on their headset while it's in autopilot mode.
Speaking of that, pause for a minute.
Yeah?
I just read an article this week about how the Cybertruck went off-road and his whole wheel ripped off.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's another story. So let me ask a question about those goggles, whatever you call them. So obviously you can see through it still during reality.
Yes.
So it's not just like black like this.
Yeah.
You can actually see through it, and somehow on the peripheral you've got your programs.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of cameras on the other side of the goggles, and that allows you to see through it. And then what it does is it can track your eyes, and then you can place like screens or windows in the world, and when you look at it, you can interact with it and like pinch, and it tracks your fingers.
So that's what those people are doing.
That's what they're doing. They're actually interacting with the windows that are in the world, but only they can see. And there's an option there's like a dial on top of the headset that allows you to go from augmented reality to virtual reality. So you cut out all the background and you're just in a virtual space. So
my goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy tech. You want to keep watching?
Yeah, you got something else, have you?
Yeah, I still got way more stuff. This is insane, Sean. This next clip is an example of someone actually using it.
Where? Which one?
So this guy has 3 different screens open of TikTok.
So that's one guy's goggles.
Yeah, this is looking through the goggles now. This is like his perspective, what they see. Now, this is crazy. He's flying a plane with the headset on.
Is it navigational? Is it showing him a navigational map thing?
I have no idea, but I don't know if this is safe. I think this next clip I've got lined up gives a really this is a good clip. This is a good example of it.
So this is all
Their
on his
perspective.
goggle.
Yeah, this is what he sees.
But that TV is real out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's looking, but he can see the screen when he's looking.
Yeah, this is what he sees through the goggles.
Right here for some groceries. Can walk around freely.
Yep. You can see with him got a headset on.
It's on.
Okay. This is good perspective.
Yeah, so this isn't actually showing what
Hey,
it looks like with it on, like actually.
Thank you. And as we walk around the house, everything stays pinned exactly where we left it. And that's it.
Yeah, so this is probably the best demo I've seen so far.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously the guy working out wearing it, it's not getting him results because, I mean, he still looks scrawny.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I'm sure you'd probably just build up sweat around your eyes or something like that.
Look at the way he's dressed. He's not perspiring.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's got gold chains hanging down off his wrist or something. So,
Yeah.
So obviously he's a bit of a buff. You know what I mean? So
I've got one more clip I can show you on the Apple Vision Pro.
Okay.
A guy called a YouTuber called MKB or Marcus Brownlee from YouTube was doing his review on
it's
the
just
headset.
the guy on the skateboard.
Nah, this is a different guy. He was doing his review and he was showing off the killer feature. Well, this is personally what I think. I agree. This is the best feature of the Apple Vision Pro right now for someone who would maybe want to get it to increase productivity. So this is just a clip from his review.
Easily, my favorite feature is connecting to your Mac. Right, so anytime your Mac is in front of you and it's turned on, hit that arrow, and then there's this little icon
his
to
perspective
become my
through the
Mac's
headset?
virtual display. So I click that and then pick my Mac, and it pretty much instantly, it actually blacks out the display of my Mac and then turns that display into a 4K window inside of the headset. So now my keyboard and trackpad still work. Even if it is a desktop, the keyboard and the trackpad still control everything, and you can continue using it just like a normal computer, but with the ability to make your new 4K monitor as big or as small or close or far away as you want, which is super sick. And then the bonus is you can still open up and place other Vision Pro apps around your Mac computer. So like you can have your Mac in the middle here, and maybe you're editing or doing some work on the Mac app, and then you have a Safari window or messages or whatever else you want right next to it, around it. And then your keyboard and trackpad can move seamlessly between them all to control all of them. This, to me, as a Mac user, the ease of use for setup to make this happen, this feels like the biggest game changer, like the most compelling, futuristic feeling use of this headset to me.
Yeah, so and that's probably the coolest thing. You know, you can use your headset in conjunction with your laptop.
I mean, if I had it, I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
I would love to use it if I was on an airplane.
Yeah, and that's another example
Rather
he
than
said.
have the little, I use my phone and had that on there, but I'm just scared that I might reach out and hit somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the sort of thing is, right, so because of how the hand tracking works, and because it's such a massive field of view, you can actually just like use your eyes to like look at the control parts, and it can see you pinching down here, like on your lap. So you can just like look around and go like, you know, pinch. So you don't actually have to reach out at all. So yeah, I mean, it's $3,500 USD to buy the Apple Vision Pro.
Be like 4,000.
Yeah, so the conversion is 5,360 Australian. There's no official Apple pricing yet. Kogan is selling it. Do not buy it from Kogan because they do not have the proper prescription on it. That's what people are saying right now. What do you mean
prescription?
Because of the lenses. Because of like you can get your actual glasses prescription put onto the headset for free. It's a part of the cost, and because every country does it differently.
What if your prescription changes?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you just order new lenses. You got to pay money. I don't know.
Better you wear contact lenses.
Yeah, contacts.
But would Kogan
yes.
have just plain things? So if you have prescription, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually looked into the Kogan. All I know is that it's officially not released here in Australia.
So Kogan would be selling Apple?
They would be selling Apple, but it'd probably be like American, like Apple versions of this device, not Australian versions. So I don't know. Look, I just don't get it yet. Just don't get it.
5,000 is too much money.
It's too much. Yeah, it's way too much. I'm sure it's going to be like $4,000 here or $4,200.
I mean, I can't even justify spending 5,000 on a TV.
Yeah,
so I mean, why would I spend 5,000 on goggles?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If that sounds right in perspective. But would you buy one of these? You're a single guy. You probably would.
I would if it was not $3,500 because right now on the market,
it's not $3,500. It's $5,000.
Well, okay, that's right. If it wasn't $5,000, because right now the only thing what can you compare to this for a reference? The only other comparison right now is the Meta Quest headset, which if you look at the pricing of the headset, you got $800 and then you got $1,800 for their headsets. And these are mixed reality as well. So augmented reality and virtual reality. But this augmented reality sucks compared to the Apple Vision Pro. So
well, I wonder how many robberies there will be.
for people wearing the headset.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, especially
stealing.
in America, they're walking around with those things. People will come and rip them off.
Yeah, just rip them off.
Or take it.
Take them for the headset.
Huh? I mean, that's expensive.
That's very expensive. And the battery on it only lasts 2 hours, and it's external. So you essentially have to carry around a battery bank.
I saw it sitting around on his belt.
Yeah, that's what that cable was that was like hanging off him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you spend $5,000, and then within a year, 2 years, they'll bring out a new model every year, and it'll be better.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Like, this is the first time Apple's released something with the word Pro in it, like version 1, and it's called Pro. So people are saying maybe next year they'll release a cheaper version of it, just called the Apple Vision headset or something like that, or just Apple Vision, and it's like $2,000 or $1,500. So yeah, see what the future holds. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more people wearing this. It was kind of reminding me when
I don't think at $5,000 you're going to see a lot more people wearing it.
Oh well, you know when the smartphone first came out and everyone started like looking down. It's like, oh, kids these days on their smartphone. I feel like my generation's going to be like, kids these days always in their virtual reality. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
it is pretty expensive, yeah.
I think that the price is too high.
Yeah, I agree.
And they need to bring it down. So, anyhow, I mean, like, if it's like maybe $1,000, I'd be tempted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But $5,000?
$5,000, ugh. Yeah.
I mean, but the Apple needs something because it's stale right now.
Yeah, and that's what people are saying about this
and
headset.
Samsung's getting ahead now on their phones.
Yeah, their phones
on their cameras and everything else now.
Their phones are pretty good.
Not that I'm going that way.
Yeah, same. I'm sticking with Apple.
I'm not that much of a photographer. But it works for me. Oh, it's most interesting. Very interesting.
So we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see the footage of people using the headset here. It's the crazy videos of what Australians are doing with a Apple Vision Pro.
I wonder if there'll be a big lineup outside the Apple shop.
You know, I reckon they will show. I reckon people will be willing to put. I reckon here in Australia, people are willing to put their money down to get this thing. At the very least, at least in Sydney.
How would they get the cash? Loans, credit cards,
mortgage their house.
I mean, what Apple has to do to make money is have a lending company. Wizard Finance.
They do that in America, I believe, with Apple Money. When you do Apple Pay. I think in America, the American
credit?
version of it, they are teamed up with what's that massive broker?
Whoever it is, the fact of the matter is,
you can get a credit card
dangerous.
with Apple. That's what I'm trying to say. You can get a credit card with Apple.
Oh, like Citibank or something.
Yeah.
American Express.
Something like that. One of those.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, that surprises me.
Yeah, stay away from
I'm going
credit
to stay away
cards.
from it. So. You can have it, Ed. So I'll wait till it comes down. I'm sure it will come down in price.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So tell me some other stories happening that we're talking about.
So we briefly touched on it earlier, which I guess it's a little bit sad, about the 5 teenagers over the granny stabbing that happened earlier this week.
Redbank Plains.
Redback Plains, 5 teenage boys.
Saturday.
Yeah, have been arrested over the death of Queensland grandmother over the weekend. Vil White, 70, was stabbed to death near her car in an underground car park in Town Square, Redbank Plains Shopping Centre in Ipswich, southwest of Brisbane on Saturday. Her car has also been taken and found 20 minutes away. So,
Hyundai Jersey. No, I know the story about it. So what happened is she was out there with her. She's a Christian, Christian, and she's there with her granddaughter.
Yes,
6 years old. And similarly, she went into the plaza and she said, "Oh, I don't know if I locked the car." So she left her granddaughter there and she went back out.
Yeah.
And these guys were drinking and that, and one particular guy stabbed her. Here's the other irony about it: that guy who stabbed her, killed her, was out on bail.
Oh my goodness!
For 3 different robberies.
What the heck?
Break and entering robbery.
Why is this guy out?
But that's the question.
Yeah.
Okay, is we have a problem with our court system.
Oh.
and they're letting these guys out.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't they being monitored at least? Why don't they have an ankle bracelet on?
Yeah.
There's nothing. And, I'll be honest, I know it sounds a bit cruel, and I just hope you hear me out. In America, it's the first time that's happened. I don't know if you knew this, but the parents have been charged for
a school shooting. This is the first
shooting.
time the parents of the child who committed the school shooting, they went to jail, and now the parents are being charged.
And the mother's already been found guilty, gone to jail. Now the father's going.
Yeah.
And simply what happened is that the school teacher, this is how bad it was. The school teacher, I don't know how old the young fellow was. Do you know what it was?
Look, I think it was 16.
But the school teacher saw a bad drawing, of murder and everything else. And so she grabbed the student, brought her into the office principal, brought the picture, and called the parents in urgent. So the parents came in, and the teacher said, "This is what your son has just drawn. We're very concerned because it's about shooting and killing.
Yeah.
You need to take your son and go get him professional help." They not only refused to get professional help, but they refused to take the boy home.
Yeah.
They left. The boy went back to classroom, and within an hour, he went to the bathroom, pulled out a gun, and shot 30 shots or whatever else. I don't know how many died, but did 30 shootings. So they arrested the parents as well.
Wow.
On that area. Now, this is an interesting thing. How much do we hold parents accountable?
Yeah, that's true.
Now, in my opinion, and again, it's my opinion.
Oh, here we go.
I think that when the kid, let's say a little kid, we call him A, all right? So A is a 15-year-old boy. He's been busted for whatever, okay, robberies, whatever else. And he goes to the court. So it comes up about bail. So I'm not blaming the parents on this first thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if that child is to receive bail, then they have to come under the custody of their parents or a guardian.
Yes.
So that parent of guardian has to sign they do sign the document, that they are going to be responsible for them.
Yeah, I see what you're going, yeah.
So if they sign that paper to be responsible, and it comes that they're not, the kid's just walking away, those parents should be held.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my opinion. They should be held. Because therefore the parents should say to the court, I am not capable of managing A.
Yeah.
A is out of control. A won't listen to me. I can't do it. And therefore, there is no bail. And I think these are the things. And if they are on bail, they should have ankle monitors, and there should be a turning in. Because, I also believe, to be honest with you, that the head of the police needs to go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I believe the what do you call
in
the
Queensland
head
or federal?
Queensland.
Oh, yeah,
it's not a federal situation. Yeah. It's the head of the police here in Queensland.
Yes.
The head of our police, the lady who's the head of our police, I don't know what word you have, the superintendent, whatever that is.
Lieutenant or something?
No, superintendent, something like that one. Needs to go.
Yeah.
And for the simple reason, it's not that these things happening are directly her fault, but they are her fault that she's not pushing hard enough.
Yes.
She's not in the public face. So we got the police union who's out there pushing it, which I agree with them in this case.
Agreeing with the unions.
The police union, that it's not right what's happening, and that the courts need to go. And the police head of police, I forget the person's name, I forget the situation, the superintendent, whatever it is, is not doing anything for us.
Yeah.
And there has to be, they're just scared about their contract or their wage. So I feel like heads need to roll.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of this government. The head of the police needs to go.
Yeah.
And we need to put in, I'm not talking all of it, just the one, the head person. And we need to put in people there that can do the job. And you can't get the judges to change it. So Parliament's got to bring in mandatory law. So they have to evaluate the law and bring in mandatory law to stop the magistrates from doing what they're doing.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't mean we don't try to reach out. I'm not talking about, bad things to kids, but we need to deal with the situation more seriously than we are.
Yes.
And there are things that we need to do. So if the court system is the problem, then Parliament has got to bring in law, and the head of the police should be out there in the media saying they need to change the areas, the laws. Yes. And the head of the police, when we hear this, the head of the police is quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, remorseful and sorry and so we're tax, but we need better representation of our police.
Yeah.
And there's too many of these police stations that aren't open out of hours. You go to Logan Home Police Station, and it's not open out of hours.
Oh, wow.
And you go find it. And I know the police are off their feet, and we got people in our church who are going through to be police. And I think, praise God, and I pray for them because we need godly people. But there are things, the government says they're doing the best. When the Premier says we've got the best standard rules, the guys, what is the guy smoking or drinking or thinking? We have a catastrophe in this state where people don't feel safe. Red Bank Plains is not that far away. It's Ipswich.
Yeah.
And a grandmother of 70 has the right to expect that when they go to she wasn't going down some back street.
It was at the shops.
Going to the mall.
Yeah.
Red Bank Plains Mall, is that right?
Yeah.
Going to the mall with their 6-year-old granddaughter in the parking there, it should be expected a level of safety.
Yeah.
So where was the mall security on these boys who were drinking there? Where's the mall security and cameras in that place when these guys were hanging around there? Had to be at least an hour there drinking there because they're all drinking and drunk.
Yeah.
In that mall in their car park. Where's the security?
Yeah.
Where's the police? I mean, like, there's so many questions need to be answered, and families are being destroyed. But these magistrates are out of control.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix it, it's no good saying what you say about it. It's got to happen from Parliament. Parliament's got to bring in laws, and they have the power to do it.
Yep.
They've got to bring in laws to change the area and make it safer.
Yes.
You know, and that's the problem.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know, $2.5 billion for the Gabba not being done. Yep. We need to do that, and we need to change the laws. So, you know, that's what happens.
Yes.
I mean, there's a question I saw in the Courier Mail, and it says, what should be done? Should you trial them as adults or whatever else? Well, my opinion was we need to lift up the minimum mandatory ruling.
Yeah.
Don't let them out.
Yeah.
Deal with it and work out how we look at it. Sure, I'm a believer in rehabilitation.
Yeah,
I'm a believer in the areas here, right?
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is we need investments done in the area to fix up there. I mean, like even the courts said no media was allowed in because we don't want the accused to feel uncomfortable with the media.
Oh my God.
Don't want the accused to be uncomfortable. What about the family of this grandmother who was butchered?
Yeah.
What about their rights?
Yeah. Where's their justice?
Now, I'm not talking about stocks and throwing apples and brutally killing people. I believe in civility.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is we are missing it. And see, this is what happens, Ed. The more that this is happening, what's going to happen if it hasn't started, you'll get people taking the law more and more into their own hands.
Vigilantes, yes.
Yeah, there will be. Because I've known one pastor.
Yeah?
Where he's a pastor I know, and he lives on the Gold Coast. And he was still asleep in bed. It was about 5 a.m. His wife was up with the dog in the backyard. She left the front door open. They came in, I've seen on the video, with machetes.
Oh, my goodness.
Took the keys to the cars and took off in the areas there. So luckily that just happened like that. It could have been far worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my goodness.
But the fact of the matter is, and he's a friend. I call him a shock jock preacher. Oh. You know how you have shock jock radio?
Yeah.
Well, he's a shock jock. I don't mean disrespect to you, my friend, if you're listening. But he's a shock jock.
He's passionate.
With a capital P.
Yeah.
Okay. And the fact of the matter is, he was rallying in neighborhoods, like, let's go get him and everything else in the area. So, and I understood that he was, displeased. But the fact of the matter is, and then the police say, don't take matters in your own hands. Well, what do you want us to do? If you're not doing the job, what do you want us to do?
Just die. That's what I mean,
saying,
right?
If you call the police for a robbery, they'll say, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Unless there's armed and everything here there. And I'm not saying the police are bad, but the thing is, it's just not good enough, and this is what happened. And I hear you, Steve, you're saying there's not enough room, but here's the problem. $2.5 billion to $2.7 billion the government found to do the Gabba. Now they're not doing it.
Yes. Where's the money going?
It shouldn't be that we figure. It should have been where if they could find $2.7 billion for supposedly rebuild of the Gabba, which I don't understand why, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they find the money to have done the rebuilds of the areas? I mean, take them out to a ranch. You know what I mean? Work on a ranch. You know what I mean? A station, out west. Do things like that, like in the old days. Put them into some sort of things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit of hard work and sweat.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Make them work as jackaroos or jewelaroos out there on the ranch. Work on the stations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got bunk houses out there. Let them perspire. Let them work out there.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Let them do some things rather than saying, "Oh, we'll do it." Yeah, they'll get well fed. They might even learn something out there.
True,
but there's plenty of opportunities out there. So I just really think that the whole idea that we can't lock them up or whatever else, I think is a bit of a crock.
Yeah, a bit lazy. Yeah.
No, what I mean, like there are things around that organizations could do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like go out to a station.
Yeah.
Or farms, or get them to go pick fruit or pick areas.
Yeah.
Just I'm not talking about the murdering ones, but the theft ones.
Yeah.
And take them out there where it's isolated, and put an ankle bracelet on them, make them work so we can monitor them. Like we could be doing things like that. That could be community helping out the farmers and helping out the areas. There are things like that we could do.
Yeah.
But there's so much, that could be doing it as young people and getting schooled out in the areas. You know what I mean? So you got to occupy them.
That's true. They're bored. That's why they do it. Yeah.
They're bored, but there are things we could do. And this whole idea that we just can't do it, they've got to change the laws to let it be broader than just. I mean, why would I want a kid locked up in a 4x4 room?
Yeah, what's that going to teach them? Yeah.
Send them out to a workstation. Send them out to an area where they can be productive.
Yeah.
Right. Send them out. I'm not talking about like slaves and dogs to bite them and all that sort of stuff here, but I'm talking about an area to be productive.
Yeah.
To do some work and put some things in the area. I mean, give them a choice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying force them. So I'm saying, well, you're before the courts right now. You have two choices. You're going to lock up, or you can go and serve 2 years or 1 year here on a station.
Yeah.
Give them a choice. I think a few of them, even if you only get 10, 20%, say they go to a station, there's still 10 to 20% who are off the streets,
Yes.
who are not in our prisons, and who are out doing something in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good. Just something. Better than what they're doing right now.
You see, I'm nobody, but I can think of it.
Yeah.
So where is anybody with brains? That's what I'm saying. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Yeah.
So when people say we paid them too much, I don't agree with you. You know what I mean? If we make it that there's a standard you need to go into politics. I mean, like Ed, if they say, if you're going to be in this profession,
yes,
you got to work out what level profession politics is. Is it a white collar job? Is it a blue collar job? Whatever else. And so to get a job, you need a certain amount of education. Correct?
Yeah.
Well, put in a standard on some of our politicians. Put in a standard, say you need to have a basic education, some other areas or some things here because we want you to work in government and we want you to have a better understanding. Do some business studies, to have something to work out. Or, I mean, you can do a degree in political science, you can do, but have something that comes in the area. Because obviously the people that we're putting in, okay, I mean, if they're only earning $50,000 a year and all of a sudden they get elected to elections and they're getting $200,000.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, man, I just love this job.
Yeah, I'll just stick around. Do the bare minimum.
But we've got to lift up the game, and the first thing we've got to do is deal with the courts.
Yes.
And you're going to say, how does that happen? We do it through law.
Yes.
We bring in law through the political chambers to change so that the magistrates are bound by law what they can or can't do.
Yeah.
Because right now the boss, so we're blaming the magistrates. I don't blame the magistrates. I blame our politicians.
Yeah.
Because they allowed that law to be so low.
Yes.
Change the law.
Yes.
So they can't do it. This is the minimum. We changed the minimum. You can't do that. Give them the option. Going back in the 60s.
Yes.
50s, 60s, when in America, when juveniles were caught being delinquent, the judges would say, you can either join the army,
yes,
okay, or go to jail.
Yeah.
Or other programs.
Yeah.
George Foreman, have you seen the life story of George Foreman? It was on.
I feel like I've heard of that name before. I've heard of it.
Shouldn't guess him. Okay, he's a Christian born again.
Yeah.
So he was a delinquent in Houston, and he was given the choice to go to jail or go into a work area.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't army, but it's like a workforce.
Yeah.
So he went to the workforce to a career. And that's when he learned how to be a boxer and went on from there.
Yeah.
Right? So we need to bring up. See, the problem is that we are so sooky with the area. I'm not talking about beating people. I'm not talking about abusing people. But I mean, if I had someone I loved and they had problems, I'd far prefer them to be on a working cattle station than being locked up at Waco.
Yeah, not being able to see the sun, not being able to interact
Well, I still want to be seen, but I prefer them to be on a working station where they're learning something than being locked up at Waco.
Yeah.
Because in a working station, those cowboys, they're going to be, tough on them, so get it sorted out. And of course, you have standards and everything else, but they'll be working. They'll be so exhausted and learn the areas rather than having them teach them how to use the machineries on the wheat farm, teach them how to pick things. And we have a low area of labor. You say, that's slave labor. What are we getting in prisons?
Yeah, exactly.
Get them out there to make our society better.
Yeah.
And give them some purpose. But don't force them. Give them a choice.
Choice.
Like you have a choice. You go in there or you can go out there.
Yeah.
And here is 5 years. Out there is 3 years.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? And I'm not talking about people who murder.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the other, like stealing cars and everything. Like send them out there.
Minor crimes.
Do that area there. So I just think, and like I said, what do I know? I have no authority. But how can I think of things when so-called geniuses are in power and they can't think of things?
You didn't even finish school, Shaun.
Well, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, what happened? I finished grade 10.
Yeah.
But I have a degree.
Oh.
So I had to do my senior. So instead of being 4 years, it was 6 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I had to do senior as well,
Yeah.
right? Senior subjects.
Yes.
So yes, Ed, I did.
Oh, you did finish school. Oh, very good. Very good.
But I had to do it through that area.
Yeah.
I had to do other, subjects.
Subjects, yeah.
Basic subjects to make up for my senior.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, man. Sorry to disappoint you. But comes in. But this is the thing we got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Bible says idle hands.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And look, I'm not going to be cruel to single parent family. I was a single parent.
Yeah.
My mum was a single parent.
Yep.
And we were a bit cheeky and naughty.
Yes.
In Woodridge in those days. Not as bad as ours, but we were cheeky. So I understand that.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do the and what happens is that the mums just can't handle them.
Yeah.
Like this mom was trying to talk about his son. Well, he's really a good boy. Sweetheart, he's not a good boy.
He stabbed someone.
And that was before we knew he did 3 armed robberies.
Yeah.
So how is he a good boy?
Yeah, how?
He's not a good boy. Sweetheart, he's not a good boy.
Yeah.
I understand it's difficult in an area there, but, he can't come and bail because you can't look after him. So we just got to there's some twigging we could do which could set things up. And the politicians could stop being political. See, let's take, for example, how Albanese broke his promise on these tax things. Right?
Oh, the tax thing, yeah.
And without a doubt, it's a smart move because I think it works out about 70-80% of the people get a little bit of a difference in their pay.
Yeah.
So obviously people like that.
Yes.
So he broke his word, but this is what he does.
The outcome's better or something,
But the funny thing is not funny, but the wise thing is that Peter Dutton, who is the opposition leader, is not going to vote against it, which is great because then the Greens are involved and they want more things.
Yeah.
So, the LNP or the Liberals or coalition is going to support it, which they should.
Yeah. They
should. But the fact of the matter is that we need to have the politicians. I know they want to beat the other one and win.
Yes.
But we've got to change things, and things are just not right. And we've got to think of we've got to say to politicians, do you really think for the betterment of our nation or our state over your ambition to be the leader? Because if they do a good thing, let's give them some praise and work towards them. And if we're invited to be a part of a committee to fix it up, then be a part of the committee to fix it up.
Yeah.
At least you're part of that area. And let's just think of the people rather than winning points because it is out of control. And it's not just here. Melbourne had problems. Sydney's got problems. So I see it all over the place.
Yeah.
But we've got to have some backbone in this place. You can see it's a real subject that gets me going. But we've got to have backbone in this place. We don't have backbone.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of cowards. We're a bunch of cowards. I'm not talking about going back to corporate punishment and all the other stuff, but we need to have some backbone and we got to deal with things because it's out of control.
Yeah, some type of change needs to happen. I think it's them feeling, and it's like, what is that change? Someone needs to suggest something though, because everyone's just saying.
I'm telling you what the
like
change
what
is.
you're saying, like you're
Change-
giving suggestions.
Rather than the governments have a go at the judges, you got parliamentary power to change the laws.
Yeah.
Change the laws
Yes.
to where those magistrates are bound by the law. It's that. You're gonna say, is it that simple? It is that simple.
Yeah.
Change the laws.
It's
I
true.
mean, if you want the laws changed, change them.
Exactly. You're the
And
politician.
then the magistrates are bound by law.
They have to follow it.
They have to follow it. Right now, they're going for the minimum because the law allows
They
it.
allow it, yeah.
As much as we don't like the magistrates are doing, they're not breaking the law.
Exactly, yeah.
And the politician can criticize, change the laws. The head of our police, I'm sorry, the superintendent, I forget what the person is there, needs to go.
Yeah.
Doesn't have control. And even if you say, oh, it's not my power, you should be in the face of the premier, not trying to suck up for your job, saying it's not accepted. Go in the face of the media, like Tom Selleck does on Blue Bloods. If only we had a Tom Selleck on Blue Bloods. I love that show. He stands before the mayors and gets threatened to be fired all the time, but he'll stand with here and there. We need to have a head of the police who'll stand up and say, no, it's wrong. Change the courts, change the politicians, change the laws. And
Yes.
I think the people would rally behind. But I'm not talking about people under the head of the police, but the head of police go. Let's bring in someone else who's got courage.
Yes.
And let's make the laws change.
Yeah.
All right, Ed. Well, I think that's my little spiel.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's nice to be back.
It's good to be back.
We got to be more consistent, Edward.
We do. Next week. We should do this again next week, I think.
Next week. We
Next
love you
week, I
guys.
think.
Why don't you share our program, on the Facebook? Share it for us.
Smash
Leave it
that
there.
like button.
Smash it like, but share it. Okay. It's good. And give us your comments because we like them. All right. So lots of comments on here and things, which is really good. So we love to hear from you.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to great things. And don't forget, this Sunday at our 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. we have Pastor Josh Barclay, who will be sharing the word. And at the 5 p.m. I will be sharing the word. 4:30 we'll be having prayer, so which should be great. And then also in the month of March, I think it's the 10th, 11th, friend of mine I haven't seen for years, Doug Stringer with his wife Lisa Stringer. That's in there. It's been years since he was here. So they'll be ministering. I think it's the 10th, 11th of March that weekend. So Doug is a friend of mine for donkey's years who'll be sharing. And Lisa, she used to have a record production company, all that sort of stuff there. And before she got saved, she did with Michael Jackson, with Diddy, Poppy, Whoppy, I don't know the name. And that other American woman singer, whatever her name is.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, I can't remember them. They're pretty famous things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't follow any of them. And but what happens, she has the platinum albums, everything else from doing all
for
the
producing.
and stuff.
Nice.
So, but she's saved out of that area. She's not in there. So we're going to do, for the first time on that Saturday, we're going to do a double breakfast.
Man.
From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. will be the men's breakfast
let's
with
go.
Doug. And then from 8:15 to 9:15 will be the women's breakfast with Lisa.
Huge day.
So the women can turn up with the babies, put it in the arms of their husbands and say goodbye and go.
Tag team.
And then on the Sunday, Doug will speak at the 8 and 9:30.
Yes.
And at the 5 p.m., Lisa will speak. I think it's pretty good.
Oh, it's going to be a huge
Then in the
weekend.
month of April, we have Brother Cole Stringer coming for Anzac
This
Day.
one? No, that's not the right person. Whoa, Ed.
Cole Stringer.
I do not have his photo then.
We have Cole Stringer coming, and we're going to combine the two morning services because he's got actually the light horse, so they got the guys on horses and all sorts of stuff there, so we're going to be doing it together. And then later on in the year, I think it's August, we have Tim and Chris. That's not him.
That's not him?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to look.
We have Tim and Chris Ennis coming up from Houston,
doing.
Texas for the ladies' conference, and she is going to be sharing the ladies' conference, and Tim will be ministering with us as well. And then in October, put his name, Fader up.
Now it's time. Okay,
From
there we go.
Germany, Ingolf Schmidt.
Yes,
So
there we go.
Ingolf will be coming. I've been him for several years, and he'll be coming for us in the October. So just some of the things happening. You make me laugh, buddy, but it's good to be back.
Yeah, it is good to be back.
It's
It is
good to be back.
That's my job, to make you laugh, Shaun.
God bless you. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah, see you same time, same place next week.